Hi, it's Ryan from Knights Around a Table. Maybe you clicked on this video because you thought, oh cool, Era of Tribes, Ryan's going to show me all about the game. This is not the video for you if that's the case, because I myself know nothing about this game at the moment, but I've been commissioned to make a how to play video. And the cool thing is that thanks to the powers of time travel, I'm shooting this in my reality now when I've just received the game the previous evening. But when you're watching it, there will be a link up here where you can go and watch my how to play video that's either going to air on my channel or on the Rod Runs Through channel, and you can see all about how to play the game. If you've backed this on Kickstarter or you own a copy, this is neat. The publisher supplied me with this, a balsa wood insert to organize all the bits. And this game, I'm not going to lie, this game's kind of terrifying me right now because it seems very, very heavy and the rulebook is incredibly involved. So my plan was to put this insert together, fit all the bits inside it, and maybe have it a little bit more organized so that hopefully my brain will tackle it more easily and I'll be able to make that how to play video for you. Which again, click the eye because it's ready to go. I call this a balsa wood. I'm not even sure if that's the case, because any light craft wood that they make airplanes out of, I'm going to call balsa wood. So I'm not even sure if that is balsa wood, if that's some sort of pine or what is going on. But it's made by, if we move this piece, Laser Ox. And this is the very first one that I've ever assembled or received. I don't buy these for my games. I'm kind of curious to know if you do though. Some of them are made out of foam core and some of them are made out of plastic. I do own one game that has plastic organizers by a company called Game Trays, and that is in my collector's edition of Trickerion. And boy, was I ever thrilled to open up those game trays and fit everything so snugly and neatly inside them. And that was really cool. I've got that how to, the reboxing of the Trickerion collector's edition that you can click up in the eye and go see if you despise what I'm about to do right now. But I've never put one of these together. And it's funny that one of my viewers said of the Game Trays plastic stuff, he said, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's chintzy and cheap and kind of reminds me of like your game turns into like a Happy Meal. And it's funny because that wasn't my experience. I actually really like the look and the feel of the plastic trays. And I don't know if I really go for the wood or the foam core look myself, but maybe it's because I've never ever had one to play with. So what I'm going to do, first let me show you what the inside of the Era of Tribes box looks like currently. So here it is. Woo, we got some autofocus issues going on. So here we go. Oh, what? Did we get a box fart out of that? Box fartometer 2. Oh, very impressive, Era of Tribes. This didn't come in shrink, so I didn't get. You may accuse me of doctoring the box fart because you didn't see it come directly out of shrink, but I swear there was no tampering, there was no fart-inducing drugs involved in opening this box. Now, here's what it looks like when you when I get it. It had all this stuff in it, all the cardboard that I haven't punched yet, and then everything's sort of tucked around inside. And so you could imagine all of these chits and tokens and things are really gonna cause a bit of a pain or a headache for me. So if you purchase this on Kickstarter or maybe even from retail, you can pick this up. This is a separate purchase. Most of these organizers are. I mean, the Trickerion collector's edition was kind of a special case, but I did actually buy that, guns blazing on Kickstarter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and put it all together and depict that in a time-lapse video, and then we'll see it fitting inside the box, and then maybe I'll time-lapse punching of everything and refitting everything inside this organizer. So join me. Here we go. Okay, and there it is. That was pretty easy peasy. You could see from the time lapse that I tried to fit some pieces together that weren't supposed to go together. I was surprised to see that the pieces weren't labeled. They're labeled in the instructions, but they're not labeled on the wood boards, which was kind of a weird decision. But when I tried to fit those pieces together and they wouldn't fit, they're keyed in such a way that the pieces themselves kind of tell you that they don't fit together. So it wasn't too much of a problem. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them aside and then get everything out of the big main box in a time lapse and put all the wood bits inside. Here we go. Okay, there it is. It all fits really nicely. I did find though that this little box is going to take a bit of coaxing. I'm not sure if that's supposed to slide in and out regularly, but depending on how tight the fit is around it, it's going to take a little bit of, working. The instructions told me to use an X-Acto knife to cut everything out, which thankfully I didn't have to do because it's mostly laser cut, but the little connections where it's attached, on a couple of them you noticed I had to use my knife to split them off. It also recommended using glue to glue some of these boxes together. I'm not going to do that right now because I was ill-prepared, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the stuff and punch it all out and put it in the different boxes where I think it should go, having never played the game before in my life. And hopefully then I'll feel organized enough to set about learning Era of Tribes. Now I should note that there are a few other extras in this bag. I've got a bag of metal coins, which is pretty exciting, and I have pieces for a 5th player. So those are extras. If you go to order this on Kickstarter, be a savvy shopper and check out your pledge tiers carefully, because those are little add-ons that are available to you that they sent me to show off the biggest bells and whistliest whistles that the game has to offer. All right, here we go. Doggy. I hope you like cardboard tokens. There's certainly enough of them in this game. So the very first thing I'm going to do, because I've been given a bag of metal coins, I'm going to, there's the bag of metal coins, I'm going to get rid of these cardboard coins and feed them to the dog. Even though I don't have a dog, I will find a dog and I will feed the cardboard coins to him because I don't need these. So that's step one. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the different player colors and dump them into the player boxes, and there are 5 player types, or 5, pieces for 5 players. Remember, I've got the 5th player add-on, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. So I think some of the gray borders and a couple of the other non-player wood pieces go in the extra couple of boxes. Now, the player mats that you saw me put on top of that shallow tray, I thought, oh, they don't quite fit in there, they're too big, but that's actually not the way it's supposed to go. These are supposed to go underneath. So all the player mats are supposed to fit there. And then this tray goes on top. What you throw in there are these cards sort of side by side, tuck them in there. Looks like, by the way, I might have miscounted. Maybe I've got extra pieces for 5 and 6 players, because there's 4 comfortably, and then pink and green, then all the gray stuff goes there. And then also in this tray, throw in purple stuff. In the picture I saw gray cubes in there as well. I don't know if I should have put them in here with all the gray pieces, but kind of seemed like to make sense. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to chicken out, and against my better judgment, I'm going to match what's on the picture on BoardGameGeek. Very helpful pictures, by the way. Thank you to to the designer. And I'm going to put the little gray dudes and the little gray cubes in this tray. Meanwhile, the borders, it's an interesting thing, by the way. I just read a little bit about the rule book. And what you're doing during setup is you're using these sticks to sort of fence off parts of the map depending on how big you want it. You know, a smaller map is going to lead to more conflicts because everyone's squished in together. It's a civilization game after all. So that's what those sticks are for. They go in their own box. It looks like these gray dudes are supposed to be out with their cubes and the purple cubes in this sort of empty part of the tray. And then the next step is to take all of the tokens and the money and to sort it out into the token trays along the left. You've got 2 rows of token trays. So I'll do that. Okay, one of the last little bits is this little bag of dice, which is going to go in that little tray. And from the pictures on Board Game Geek, also a few of these tokens. I only have one little catapult token. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to have more, or if one's missing, or if there is only one, but I'll find out when I learn more about the game. If you've got more, just stick them in with the dice. And finally, you're wondering what this gigantic hexagonal well in the middle of the box is all about. And I don't know why I said well like walking. Worst walking impression ever. It's because these sent along the modular board, which is kind of like, if you've played Scythe, you're familiar with how that works, right? There's a board that's, you know, all the hexes are stuck together. And then if you want even more variants, I mean, there's already a bazillion different maps to choose from that you block off, like I said, with those gray borders. But if you want more maps, if you want more varied options in your maps, here are a big pile of tiles to build your own map in Era of Tribes. So I'll punch all of those out and stick them in the 2 wells in the middle. There you go. That's almost all it. I do have these luxury goods tokens, which are depicted going into the same box as the border pieces. And that's it. Keep in mind, remember that the modular board is an add-on, so if you get all this stuff without the modular board, you're just going to have a few big holes in there where you can probably hide snacks for play later. And then the big non-modular board goes in on top of everything. Oh wait, wow, one last thing. You get a couple of drawstring bags. This one came with the metal coins inside of it, and this one is for something else. And what you're meant to do with these is roll them up and lift up this kind of tight fitting. This whole box I think I would want to hammer in a bit better because it's not quite fitting everything. And sort of jam those puppies in there and tamp them down with the little dice box on top. It's a perfect fit. It's like me trying to get into a pair of blue jeans. All right, then the board goes on top like that, and your instruction booklet goes on top like that, and ooh, like butter. Well, there it is, a complete reboxing of the Era of Tribes with the extra player expansions and the modular board and that balsa pine wood, that wood insert by Laser Ox, who I believe is a gigantic ox who cuts all these things out with his laser vision. His or her, no, it's an ox, it's a him. It's a him, damn it. So if you want to learn how to play the game, and I sure do, I'm going to blip with you into the future and watch my own how to play video to figure it out. But I can tell you, having everything nicely contained in these different compartments like that makes me a lot more enthusiastic about learning the game. Era of Tribes, check it out right now if it's on Kickstarter. If it's past, try to pick it up somewhere else.
Did you just watch that whole thing?
Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.